Hi everyone, welcome to another live Q&A. Hope everyone's well. Just getting used to my new PC that I've had here, so everything works okay with it. Well, everything seems to be working all right. I just need to work out all my settings and things. So normal thing to do. If you've got any questions, just post them up here. Someone said the last time around, if while I'm speaking and answering questions, I'll read out the question that I'm answering, would be help to people. So if you've got any questions, post them up on the screen and I'll answer them as soon as I see them. Yeah, should be great. Great way to celebrate the film. Really looking forward to that. And obviously seeing the filming locations, doing the tour on the bus and the walking tour, just to get together and celebrating the film. Be good to see all the these extras as well, because they've always got great stories to tell of the filming and all of that. Because obviously they get privy to sort of like behind the scenes stuff, if you know what I mean. So it should be great to have a chat with some of them. As for my video and filming locations and such, like, I am hoping to get around to some more filming locations in the coming few weeks and months. Got a few in mind to go to. The time will tell how many of them I can actually fit in. And then, of course, if you're on my Facebook group, I will be starting to run through the filming locations again from the very start. That's about, I think this time when we run through from around about autumn, I think there's going to be about 600 filming locations to go through. So it should take maybe something like maybe around about maybe 5 months, I would have thought. So anyone with any questions, just post them up and I'll answer them as soon as I see them on the screen there. Anything to do with on the buses, obviously. Yeah, I'm hoping to add on another one or two on the buses fun fact videos as well, if I've got the time to fit them in. It's quite busy just now because obviously I'm preparing stuff for the Holiday on the Buses anniversary event. For just while it's quiet just now, I'll post everyone a link for the Holiday on the Buses event, the website. So if anyone's interested in attending, you've got the website you can look at in your own time. Sadly, Charles Darwin says, "Hi Craig, just a query. I'm really saddened it's the last ever holiday event. If there's a huge turnout, could there be a U-turn in that decision?" I can't really see that happening. I'd love to see a big, all of a sudden, a big, huge turnout, but it's only what just over a week away, so I can't really see the numbers flocking to it. I mean, there should be. I mean, it's disappointing that my Facebook group's got 30,000 members on it, and there's only a handful of people that have bought tickets, and a lot of them aren't actually on that group either. I keep hearing all the time that I do live Q&As and other things about how wonderful people think Holiday on the Buses is. Well, it doesn't seem that way by the amount of people that are actually wanting to buy tickets for this event. Even just for the sake of seeing all the filming locations, when I do the filming locations run through on Facebook, always get people saying, "Oh, when you get into the holiday on the buses ones and all of that, really looking forward to seeing them." Well, you've got your chance to see them in the flesh here on this event. Will be the last chance to see them, obviously, but doesn't seem to be of interest to people for some reason. I know people have mentioned before about this other event that's on in August, but take it from me, it's a totally different kettle of fish compared to what that is coming up next week. It won't have me doing the filming locations. For a start, I'm leading expert in the world on the buses filming locations. It won't have the array of celebrities that was going to be there, and basically it won't be as professionally run as this event is. This event, as in the last two iterations it's ran in 2017, 2019, we've had Anna Karen, Kate Williams, Adam Rhodes, Carolee Donahue, Annette Long, Sandra Bryant. So you get the picture. Everyone that we could get there was there. We've had special guests there as well, like Brenda Gogan and Andrea Lawrence. So you get the picture of what this is compared to the other event, which doesn't have any celebrities at it. So the event that's coming up next week is the one that is there for that it should be attended. Yeah, Charles. Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I don't really understand. I mean, it's not the as if you're having to fork out hundreds and hundreds of pounds to attend it, see all the filming locations in the flesh, just be at the holiday camp, see what that's like. I mean, it annoys me when I hear people saying, "Oh, it's this and that, it's a tip." We're not going there to celebrate the holiday camp. We're going there to celebrate the film. You want to see where it was filmed and everything like that. That's where it was filmed. Doesn't matter what condition it's in now. We're not going there to do a sort of like a Michelin guide on pontins. We're going there to have a look at where Holiday on the Buses was filmed. That's what it's always about. But as you say, it's a shame that there's not hundreds of people all clamming to get there. I mean, it's really frustrating because the amount of times that you get people on sort of like on my other Q&A, and sometimes on this one saying, "When are you doing an event again?" But then when an event gets organised, they suddenly evaporate and there's no one wanting to attend the events. That's why you've got to, the times come to draw a line and say, enough's enough. We can't go on. Not me, because I'm not the one that's actually organising this event. It's my friend who's organising it. I'll be comparing it and carrying out the tours, the filming locations tours. But the end of the day, it's all coming out of the organiser's pocket to make these events happen. And it just we just can't go on hemorrhaging money on the organising of these events. Our love and enthusiasm for the films isn't going to keep these events going, sadly. Right, Scotty. Hey, Craig, I watched the Inspector's Pets episode. His mother's dog was a girl dog, and I noticed that Arthur said he was okay in the pub yard. He called the dog. Do you think Michael Robbins forgot? Lol. I'm not too sure. There's not really too much importance to put into little details like that. It's just all written to get the gags. That's what the sitcoms are really all about. Immaterial, tiny little details like that don't really sort of like bother me, if you see what I mean. You can see things like that, but it's all about the gag, basically. I mean, the dogs that they used and on the buses were all the ones that they had to use were ones that belonged to Anna Karen and Michael Robbins. I mean, Anna Karen and Terry Duggan, sorry. No, but it was a man. It was a man dog. That was the girl. It was the dog in the pub. That was the male dog. So if you've got any questions, just post them up and I'll answer them for you as soon as I see them on the screen. Anything to do with the event coming up, or my walking tours, or filming locations, or anything to do with the films, or the TV series, or the casting crew, just post them up and I'll answer them as soon as I see them on the screen. Yeah, that's right. As I said, Scotty says, I remember you saying that when Aunt Mog came to stay, was that the big dog was Anna Callens in real life? Yes, it was. Yep, so keep these questions coming in. As I say, and if anyone's popping in and having a look, or even if you're not watching this when it's live, you'll see the link to the Holiday on the Bus's 50th anniversary event, which is up there on the screen. I know somebody on my Facebook group was asking about how soon tickets had to be bought, and I did explain that the sooner the tickets are bought, that money can be used to enhance the experience of the event. It goes right back into funding the event. So the sooner the ticket money comes in, the better, obviously. Hi, Anthony. Right, Scotty says, I know which one was Bashir and the one who picked up Doreen. Two different actors, not the same. Yeah, they're just two people with the same names. Bashir was a pretty popular name around that time. I think it was from the comic character that there was at the times around that time. So it's quite a common nickname. Because obviously they want the same characters anyway. Because the character you're thinking of was played by Nosha Powell. He was a busman, whereas the other one was not a busman. He was like a mechanic. Yeah, the walking tour, Fox Mulder's asking, can you lay out how the walking tour will unfold? Well, obviously, we'll take in everywhere around the holiday camp that they filmed in, that they filmed at. I'll have screen grabs with me so you can compare the exact area for how it looks then to how it looks today. We'll take in the various locations from the front of the holiday camp. We'll walk right up past the first aid room, walk up to the gates, where, of course, you see the motorbike arriving at the camp. You see Blakey waiting there to greet them. Also, the security offices, which are still there and pretty much unchanged. We'll also take a look at the pool that they go through when Stan gets chased through the pool, and up the path where he runs when he's getting chased by Blakey. Also, the spot where Blakey gets when Blakey's on top of the nos and gets angry and rips her tunic off. And then gets told that he's sacked. We'll show you where Blakey walks away, and then around the square that they filmed in for the chalets, the Butler chalet and Mavis's chalet. I'll show you where all of those were filmed, and exactly where the drains blew up. I'll also take you round to where the canteen scenes were shot. Might not very well get in there because that's secure and locked up. So that might be a case where you just need to look at it from the outside this time around. And also, obviously, within the main building itself, we'll show you various locations in there as well that feature in the film. And also, obviously, as well, we'll take you out of the camp and out onto the beach area where they filmed, obviously, where the bus was beached as well at the end of the film as well. We'll show you exactly where about that was filmed. Of course, there are some that those that are going to be there, obviously, that you won't see because they weren't actually filmed at the holiday camp. So that's your likes of where the donkey tows Blakey away. That wasn't at the holiday camp. That was back at the studios. And the corridor. No, we won't, Anthony. That's our private sort of like property. The owners there like their own privacy there, so we won't encroach on their privacy there. So we'll leave that alone. I could tell you I know where it is and all of that, but the owner prefers privacy, so we won't be doing the manager's house. So keep your questions coming in. I'll answer them for you as soon as I see them on the screen. Anything to do with the films, the TV series, the um, event coming up, my walking tours, filming locations, cast and crew, anything like that, and I'll answer them for you. No, they were actually done in the house, apart from the bedroom shots. The bedroom shots are the only ones filmed back at the studios. All the other shots within the house were actually filmed inside the house itself. So, any questions? Just keep them coming in. I'll answer them for you as soon as I see them on the screen. Yeah, Scotty says, yes, on the holiday on the buses when Stan was on the phone in the camp. I remember you saying that part was that studio, not the camp. That's correct. It's in a corridor an admin of the admin block at Elstree Studios. Same with the corridor that Olive wanders down when she's on her way to the toilet. So keep your questions coming in. Anything to do with on the buses or the event or my walking tours or anything. If you want to know where any of the filming locations were, then just ask away. Anything to do with the cast and crew. Anthony's asking, did you say that you won't be able to see the kitchen where the Italian chef attacked Stan? Yeah, I'd say it was unlikely because that's a secured and out of bounds place. We'll try and access it, but it's not always easy when you're in mid-season in the holiday camp. We have been there before, so anyone that came to the last event will have got to see the staff canteen area. So it's if we can we will, but obviously a lot of the times it's just the pure luck of the draw that might be just not available for us to get in there. But people that were on the last, I think it was the last tour, actually got into the staff canteen area, which is not our staff canteen area now. It's totally different. It's just used to as a repair shop for things out of the holiday camp. Scott is asking, was Doris meant to step out in front of the bus? Well, of course not. Okay, so keep your questions coming in. If you've got any questions to do with on the buses, filming locations, event stuff, walking tours, filming locations, casting crew stuff, anything like that, just ask away. And it is sad as well, since I last spoke on the year, obviously another thing is, of course, is your network DVD, who created who were behind the box set, the On the Buses box sets. They, if you didn't know, they have now gone bust now. So you'll probably find that the only way you'll be able to get hold of those is from old stock that Amazon might have, or if you see them cropping up on places like eBay, there's a place to get them. Obviously, you won't be able to get them brand new from Network DVD now because they've actually gone into liquidation. No, they can't. Scott is saying he's surprised that people can put up the series of On the Buses on YouTube. There's a lot. Yeah, I agree. They shouldn't be there. That's blatant copyright infringing, sadly. And that's basically that is part of a reason why, as well, why companies like Network DVD are going bust. That's blatant copyright infringing. Yeah, Neil Tabicron Wembley says, hello, Craig, got stuck at work. That's terrible news about Network DVD, presumably because everyone streams things these days. But there are loads of classical series you can't stream. As I say, I would put a lot of that down to the people have put them onto YouTube, full series. And it really does annoy me because it's blatant copyright infringement. I run a lot of my videos here. I put them up on the buses stuff and all of that. And even if I go and try and use a little snippet of like incidental music that you hear in the actual episode, like I think one's called Moving Bus. It's a little bit of music that you hear in one or two episodes. I did want to add it to one of my locations videos, but the video got blocked. But and it was maybe about 10 seconds of music, and then you've got other people who are putting up 28 minutes of copyright infringing material, and it sits there. I really don't understand how it works. I really don't. I'm at a total loss with that. Yeah, Neil, I agree. Neil says that Atavicom Wembley says the quality of some of those YouTube episodes isn't great either. It's not just that. There's ones as well where somebody's tried colouring them in. I think they've let them loose with a box of those old crayons that you used to get at infant school, because that's what it looks like, an infant having to go on scribbling on the screen with it, because it looks, I'm sorry, it looks terrible. It really does, but there you go. It's I don't understand how it works at all, and of how they get down this copyright infringing, because it blatantly is. I mean, it's even when I put my when I done a sort of like a commentary on there. I think I tried doing a commentary once on the first film, and it got blocked. Which all right, you could understand, but in a way I was talking over the top of it, stopping it, pausing it. It wasn't just a blatant bog standard download of a film. It was actually a lot of information added onto it. That's why you'll notice if you look at the videos that I've done, I had another attempt as a watch along, but obviously I've not had it. I've had it on my TV, and I've been talking and telling people about what's happening in the film. That's because to get around the copyright, I wouldn't actually play the film on the screen. I explained I couldn't do that because of copyright infringing, but you've got people here who are putting up full episodes, and there's there's no copyright infringing being hauled down. They're not getting taken down for it. So I really don't understand. It could be, as you say. Neil says, Tavacron Wembley says, do you think some of these old series are over 50 years old or near, or are not old enough, and nobody at the relevant media companies can be bothered with trying to remove them at this stage? It could very well be that. Don't get me wrong, you could have hit the nail on the head there. But that doesn't explain why they were. I was getting sort of like videos blocked that had 10 seconds of incidental music from 50 years ago. I had the moving bus music on my videos, and my videos were getting blocked. So if my videos were getting blocked for about 10, 15 seconds of music, then that's 50 years old, then why is 28 minutes of episodes that are 50 years old not getting blocked? It could be that you've got a point there, obviously, but I don't know, because I mean, why is mine's getting blocked for music and another one's getting through it with 28 minutes of material? Although I do think it's with music, it's much more. I think the music companies and music right holders are much more severe and clamp down much more on the material on YouTube than what they do with episodes and TV series and films and such like. So keep your questions coming in, and I'll answer them as soon as I see them on the screen. Can be anything to do with the TV series, the films, the event coming up in Prestatyn, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Holiday on the Buses. Also, it can be anything to do with the walking tours that are organised or filming locations in general. Just post them up and I'll answer them as soon as I see them on the screen. Anything to do with the casting crew as well. Yeah, Tablicom Wembley says some US companies are still hotting this all 48 episodes of the classic old sci-fi series Invaders were on YouTube, but they've all been removed. They were from 1967-68. Yeah, there is that, but I think US companies, as you say, yeah, they are more, especially I think, not sure where what company made was it ABC done the Invaders? I know it was a Quinn Martin production, but obviously they are more strict and more severe on it than other companies are, especially the likes of ITV, obviously. The families of them definitely still get something, because obviously they've all passed away now. So, but I know when we were last at the Royal Pavilion Theatre, which was 2017 with Anna at the Holiday on the Buses event, she was asked about whether she got royalties. And Anna said that she did. She still got repeat money for the episodes. And I would imagine it would have been the same for the films as well. So where it would go now for the likes of the cast, like Reg, Bob, it'd be all like Bob probably go to his wife, his widow, Kim. Doris, it might go to other offshoot siblings like grandkids or something like that. And then Michael Robbins, it'll probably go to his children. And Anna probably to Anna's stepdaughter. Stephen probably to Stephen's sister. That's it, I think, isn't it? Yeah, she was an English actress, just an Indian sort of like, but she was an English actress, so she could speak English. That's Scotty asking if the woman that was the Indian lady in the episode, the snake, if she could speak English, I mean, but she could obviously. Yeah, yeah, it was. Well, the name's escaped me now. She sadly passed away maybe about 2, 3 years ago in France. Oh, I'll soon tell you. Got one of my books to hand. Name just escaped me. It'll come right back to me as soon as I see it here. Julia Mendez, that's who it was. And she's actually the woman that you see in the dancing and the silhouette and the opening credits of From Russia with Love. I believe she may very well have done some choreography on the dance scenes that you see in Carry On Up the Khyber too. Yeah, sadly, I do believe she passed away in France maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. I remember it was sort of like it wasn't exactly widely reported in lots of places, obviously, so it makes it more difficult to corroborate it. But I know when I was researching her from my books a while back, I did read that she had moved to France, so it would tally with that with France as well. 2013, it says she passed. Said she died in Brighton actually, so I might be thinking of somebody who passed in France, but I know she had just passed away in the last few years. Well, just to say as well, another thing that is worth pointing out to people, I'll see if I can get the link to it first. I don't know if there's any way I can get this link. I'll see if I can find the link for you before I show you. Let's see, I'll see if I can find you the link first. So, yeah, so here it is here, right? So, this is a really great reproduction of the bus that you see in Holiday on the Buses. A model, if anyone's interested in collecting that sort of thing. But I'll just show you what it looks like because I've got one that I got one sent to me. So that's the website I've showed you there, the eBay, where you can buy it from. So Here's what it actually looks like. We went to great detail with the colour, the stickers and everything like that. They correspond perfectly with the film. So if anyone's interested in that, they can go to the website there that posted up. That's eBay that sells it. So keep your questions coming in. You've got any questions to do with on the buses, the cast, the crew, filming locations? I know that, like, obviously this event coming up to be the last one that I'll be involved in, celebrity wise, in terms of celebrities attending. I will still be doing from time to time the walking tours. Walking tours are a totally different matter from the actual celebrity events, because I don't have to. The only thing I need to make sure that is get myself down there and somewhere to stay while I'm down there. So that's why the walking tours will continue. Obviously, the celebrity-based events to the public won't, obviously. Whether myself and my friend who co-organised will probably maybe do something privately, obviously, and maybe have a catch up at some point with the celebrities, sometime somewhere in the future. Yeah, not during the actual event itinerary, Neil. I might do something maybe at the end of the event or on the Monday. It depends what times I get to, because I am hoping to photograph a lot of filming locations that I haven't got up there yet. But it all depends on the time scale and everything like that, what time I've got available to do that. And then hopefully I will get time to do videos as well, which I will add on to the website at a later date. But if I can't get all of that done on this clip, then I will return to Prestatyn at some point, and spend 2 or 3 days up there and getting all the videos and everything and photos that I need doing. Yeah, that's right. I will be sort of like recording our video, having some input into our documentary up there. And the organisers working on our holiday on the buses book. And as you say, those that are attending, they will have a chance to have input into what goes into the book as well. I'm not too sure of the exact numbers that there are on Neil, because I'm only there as a sort of like a compare and doing the locations tour, so couldn't give you an exact figure of how many people are actually attending. Neat Scotty asks, do you think the cast stayed in them small flats at the camp? Not the main cast. The main cast all stayed at the Beaches Hotel, which was had another name there, and I can't remember that now. Was it Britannia Hotel? I can't remember. Something like that. The lesser cast members would have stayed at the camp, but not the main cast members. the situation with the celebrities is changing as I speak, so I'm not going to be averse, because it's not, as again, it's not me that's organising it. So I don't want to say, oh, he's there, they're not here. You know what I mean? It's not for me to say those sorts of things. I can only pass on the itinerary, which is the that I'll be involved with, like the walking tour, the bus tour, comparing the Q&A. Obviously, there'll be a Q&A screening of the film, and autograph session and all of that. That's what I can tell you that there will be to celebrate the film. So keep your questions coming in for your anything to do with on the buses. Any questions, just post them up and I'll answer them for you. Yeah, I can have I can have a bash at one of them. Like obviously, I've done the first film, and Neil's asking if am I planning another watch along event. So that is for anyone who's not seen it yet. It's in amongst the content where I've had the first film on. You wouldn't have seen it on the screen because obviously for copyright issues. But I've been sitting talking like this as it's been playing. And I've paused it when it's come to a point where there's something worth explaining, so that people can watch the film on their own computer or on their own DVDs. And I'll tell them when to pause it, and then I'll tell them a bit about that point in the film, any points of interest. I've already done the first film, which was maybe I've done that about 2 months ago. You'll find it as in the content under watch along on the buses film. So I could do the next one that I'll try. Don't know when that'll be yet. It'll be watch along from Newton on the buses. So keep your questions coming in. I'll answer them as soon as I see them on the screen. Filming locations that I hope to get to, obviously ones that I hope to do videos from the likes of the holiday camp. Also, there's ones down in Sutton that you see in the opening credits of Series 7. And I think there's one or two down at Morden as well, which is also in Series 7. And also down in East Sussex, near Haywards Heath. A lot of locations to visit there and photograph to confirm for the episode on the omnibuses. Yeah, that's like Neil says. He remembers how a few years back that PCs and laptops have the ability to load the DVD into it and play. They don't make them like that anymore. Exactly. I've just, as you may have seen from a message on the community page, I've just recently bought a new PC, but there's no disk drive in it, so I have to shell out extra money to get. There's my disk drive there. I don't know if you can see that. So an external disk drive there, because obviously the PC that I got didn't actually have the DVD drive with it, so I had to get an external and plug it in the back of this new. Whereas my old PC that had the a disk drive in it, which was really handy. Evening, fat lad. So you got any questions, post them up and I'll answer them for you as soon as I see them on the screen. Anything to do with on the buses, cast crew questions, films, TV series, anything to do with the event coming up in Prestatyn in just over a week's time, week and a half's time, or anything to do with the walking tours I do or filming locations, just ask away. I'm not sure what you mean, fat lads, asking where you're going to film. I don't know what you mean. If you mean at the event, as I said, I won't be doing any live at the event. If people want to see what's happening at the event, they need to pay to come to the event. I might do videos if I get a chance after the event's all finished to do tour around the locations and such like, but that won't be appearing on the group until maybe a week, 2 weeks afterwards. And then obviously I've got other locations I'll need to visit to do live videos of as well. No, not yet. I've been busy with obviously getting this new computer, and then I've got to try and get files off of my old computer that's got all my filming locations, photographs on it. And I'm trying to work out a way to get things better organised and all that. That was Neela, by the way, asking, did you think any more than approaching the ITV archive place in Leeds, where for old script and production notes, etc., might be kept, and that they might also hold information on the filming locations that are unknown at the moment. As I say, I haven't actually got down to that yet. In fact, lad, yeah, he says it was on about the filming locations, about if I've got down to filming, if I was going to be filming them, I'll be probably doing videos there at some point, whether it's during the weekend of the filming of the Holiday on the Buses event, or whether it's when I need to return there, maybe sometime in the coming months afterwards, I'll go back up and film videos, certainly at the holiday camp. And I will put them, obviously, I will put them up there as well. It's taking place at where the film was made, which is Ponton's Prestatyn Sands. And as I say earlier, I've said it on the YouTube page as well. This will be the last event that I will be involved in terms of where celebrities are involved. So let's see just now. That's a link with all the details there to the event. I'm just trying to think of all the events that I've been involved in. So I started 2008 with the Boreham Wood event. So just thinking back, I've done 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. I think it was 2017 and 2018. So there was 11 events at Prestatyn that I've been involved with organising, and there was I think it was 2012 at Prestatyn, 2014 at Prestatyn, 2017 Prestatyn, 2019 at Prestatyn. So that's like 15, 16 events that I can think of. And that's before I even start tapping into the walking tours as well that I've been involved in. As I say, I'm not actively involved in the organising of this. I'm just the compere and doing the tours and filming location tours, like on the bus and on the walking tour. So I'll be involved in all of that side of things. The cast that's going to be there and all of that, that's all being worked on by the organizer, obviously, and it's fluid where it's changing by the day. So there may be people there that we didn't think we would get there, and there may be people who were trying to get there that wouldn't be there, if you see what I mean. So it's hard to really say at the moment. Obviously, it's all about and celebrating the 50th anniversary of the film, seeing the filming locations, meeting around, getting to see the filming locations, getting to meet like-minded people, and obviously I'll be there to share my wisdom with the fans as well. Obviously, share the wisdom of the films. There's a lot of unknown information about the films, and obviously there'll be the organizer that's working on a book and also working on a video to work on up there to celebrate the film as well. So all of that, there'll be plenty of stuff going on up there over the weekend. Anthony's asking, will I be organising any future walking tours in Prestatyn with no celebrities? It's possible. It's possible. But by my sort of like experience of these things, the more popular location to get people to is London, because it's easier to get there, and more people live in the London area, so it's easier for people to get there. So it's possible. I won't say no, but obviously it comes with a lot of hidden costs if you're doing a walking tour in Prestatyn. Whereas if it's London, as I say, a lot of people live in the London area. They can just come for the day and go back home and be home for the day. Whereas Prestatyn, you're definitely going to have to stay maybe overnight, maybe one night, maybe do 2 nights. But it's certainly one that I would think about, Anthony. I wouldn't say no to it, but it would have to be on the premise of people understanding that it's not just the tour, the walking tour they'll be paying for. They'll also be paying for the accommodation up there, which they must be willing to be prepared to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be going walking around there on my own because people will say, oh, it's too much money for me. That's what it always comes down to at the end of the day. Scotty's asking what month did they film Holiday on the Buses. I do believe that they started filming 31st of May, and I think they might have ended maybe 15th of July, something like that. So it was like about 6 weeks of filming, I do believe. Production stages would probably be like 6 weeks. When it was 6 weeks all and filming, I would say it was a little bit less than that. And maybe about the other month, couple of weeks, a week or two on the editing side of things. So keep your questions coming in. I'll answer them for you as soon as I see them on the screen. So, any more questions? Just post them up on the screen. I'll get to them as soon as I see them. I'll answer them for you. So, any questions? Just post them up, and I'll answer them for you. Yeah, cheers for popping in, Neil. Thanks a lot. Hope to catch up with you sometime soon when I'm next down in London doing a filming shoot. Yeah, hopefully I'll be down there sometime in the next maybe month or two. I think you're thinking of the episode. Scotty's asking, was it cold at all? I noticed when Stan took Sandra home, saw Blakey's breath at night filming. I think you're thinking of the episode Olive's divorce when Stan goes back to Sandra's house in the Series 7 episode, which would have been filmed early in 1973, so it would have been cold. It would have been right in the height of the winter, probably around about February time, so it would have been cold then. And incidentally, as well, I hope if anyone never seen it on the news, but I hope it gets sorted out. They're saying that the sound stages at Elstree Studios, where they made all the buses films, they need a lot of work done on them because they've got suffering a lot of leaks in the roofs and all of that because they are old stages now. They're the stages where they made films like the Star Wars films and the Raiders of the Lost Ark and such like. So they're looking for. They reckon that it'll cost somewhere around 150 million to do the repairs. Of course, it wasn't the sound stages that they used in on the buses because they would have been the stages that they used were on the site of the Tesco car park now that have all been demolished. Got any more questions? Just keep them coming in. I'm happy to hang around till 7 o'clock. See if any new posters post up questions. Yeah, the name there was a bit of a giveaway, Scotty. The actress's name was Betty here. Of course, she had Doris had another sister that appeared in on the buses as well, and she played the part of the canteen cook Winnie. That was played by Winifred Braemar, who was also Doris's sister. Scotty's asking what the comedy show was that Doris worked with Robin Asquith in. That wasn't a comedy show. That would have been the Confessions series of films. Okay. Any more questions, anyone? How do you get your questions in there? We've got 7 minutes left now. We'll call it a day at 7 o'clock, I think. Unless you get an influx of new members, new posters asking questions. Did have somebody the other day asking me a question. I'll throw one in there that somebody asked me. Somebody asked a friend of mine's. They thought that they filmed on the buses at Aldenham bus depot, but definitely not. They're probably mistaking that with the Cliff Richard film, which was Summer Holiday, which was filmed at Aldenham bus depot. No, that was Charlotte Howard. That was in the episode Not Tonight. Scotty's asking who was the nice chef lady who the lady asked, is Stan married? She said, no, I was Stan. If it's a younger woman you're asking about who ends up getting a job as a secretary, that she rips Stan off of all his wages. I think that was in the episode Not Tonight, I think it was. And he ends up losing all his money to her because she then gets a higher paid job as a secretary at the depot. That was the lady that played her was Charlotte Howard. Yeah, like I said, that was Winifred Braemar, the lady chef. She's the one that's in the episode The Kids Outing. I think it's another episode she's in. It might be the one that you're talking of. That was Doris's sister, Winifred Braemar. Yeah, cheers, Scotty. Okay, so I'm going to call it a night now. It's I've not got any more questions coming in, so I've been online for an hour and a half. So I'm going to call it a night now, and hope everyone has a good night. And until I see you all again, I'll say good night to you. Okay, good night for now. Good night, everyone.